It's 8:29. Make sure everybody gets on here. Make sure we're sharing. How do we look? Well, I'm looking on my computer to see where we are. We're a little rusty. My thing is not showing up yet. Imagine that, man. I mean, I'm getting to... Who here thinks... I'm on Freeze's page. Shit. Who here thinks Facebook... What's going on with Facebook? Let's talk about this for a second. You know...
It's not even notifying you of your own stream.
I mean, what do you think is going on with that?
I don't know. It doesn't notify me right now either.
Yeah, it's freezing.
Is it freezing?
Yeah, it's freezing.
Freeze says it's freezing up. We're back on here. And as soon as we're back,
Fine on mine.
is it? I'm frozen up on mine. I'll keep talking. It's been a while since I've been on here. And, you know, I go back and forth. Do I want to continue dealing with Facebook and do the morning grind? Or would I rather do it somewhere else? Whom here believes Facebook has become less relevant than it used to be? What do you think, Edward?
What's that?
Do you think, are you here? What are you doing over there?
I'm commenting on the video.
What did you say?
Good morning.
Do you believe Facebook is becoming less relevant than it used to be? Is my
Yes.
question.
I do. Well, it also depends on what audience you're speaking about. But because I think the more elderly people that have finally got down Facebook, they're like, okay, we've got this down. We'll stick to it.
Yeah. Am I frozen on yours?
Nope.
Am I frozen on yours, Freeze?
You're good now. Mine looks good too.
Mine, I look completely frozen. Well, we're not talking about that, but it just makes me want to complain about Facebook because I feel like Facebook, you know, what is their purpose? What are they trying to do? What kind of company are they?
Connection.
A connection company. What kind of company are they?
That, and I'd also say like a media outlet.
Yes, they're advertising. But do you know how hard they've made it to advertise for me? I mean, it's like, God, I don't even want to deal with. I really, if I could, I would probably rather switch over to like YouTube. As a matter of fact, Van, we might just start doing our shows on YouTube. You know, I don't know. But today what I'm talking about, I can't see who's on here because my thing is not, it's not working. So I'm just sitting here being negative and complaining, but we're protesting. All right, so I see you now. Is Drew on here? Congratulations, Andre, on baby case. I was scrolling through Instagram, which is also part of Facebook, and I came across something by Nick Saban. Josh, do you know who Nick Saban is?
Yes.
Who is he?
Football coach for Alabama.
What is he known for?
Winning a lot of national championships.
Winning. He's just a damn winning machine. That's what he's known for. So I was going through here, and he was talking about success. There's not many options for it. There's not very many options to be successful. What does that mean to you?
People think that they can do a different path and become successful.
Okay.
Kind of vague answer.
But if we were to boil it down, how many different options are there really? I mean, there's that old adage, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Jim McCarthy says he's known for owning Mercedes and Ferrari dealerships. He does. I didn't know he owned a Ferrari dealership, but I knew he owned a Mercedes dealership. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's got one in Nashville. So there's not very many ways to be successful. Let's boil that down. Now, you can do different things and be successful, but those things that you're doing are very similar. Let's talk about your habits. What do your habits need to be like to be successful?
Boring.
They are very boring. Success is very boring. Success is a very boring. It's a very boring to be successful getting there, the journey is very boring. It's doing the same things over and discovering what works and having the discipline to do it over and over and over again. Where I struggled for a lot of my life was I would get bored. I would get bored with things, and I'd want to do new things. Habit, marinate your mind in good stuff. Dude, come on. I mean, do you have any fucking awareness of what we're doing? Or, I mean, you do that all the time. So, think about a time in your life where you were doing something and you were really good at it. Tell us, Jake.
I was playing basketball.
When you were playing basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the habits that you did to become successful during that
I
time.
woke up at 5:30 every single
Why?
day.
Okay, why 5:30?
Because that's what I had to get to the gym by 6.
Why did you have to get there by 6?
Because that's just the time that I allowed it before school started. I would go every single morning.
Every single morning.
Never missed a day.
Never missed a day. Okay, how long were you doing that before you're like, man, I don't want to really do
From
this?
my 8th grade year to my
No,
junior
you
year.
weren't listening. How long were you doing that before you're like, I don't want to keep doing this?
Probably after the first week, but I still kept doing it.
See, it's so successful people, like I tell my wife, I don't have to be in a good mood. I don't have to be inspired. I don't have to be motivated to go do something. I can sit there and bitch and complain about it and not want to do it and just still do it. I think that's a muscle that you built. That's what we're talking about right here, where you probably didn't want to do that after a week, probably 2 weeks, you're ready to say, man, I can go a little bit later. Successful people have this discipline. They have this toughness to do things that they don't want to do. Like, how often are you listening to your feelings? Like, you woke up Saturday, we won't even say what time it was. What time did you wake up on Saturday? I slept in a little bit this Saturday to catch up on my sleep.
36
What time did you wake up today?
Today I woke up at 6:45.
What time do you usually wake up during the week?
6:45.
6:45. What time are you waking up?
6.
6. So the people that are willing to do the most uncomfortable things are probably going to be a lot more successful than the people that where the day just happens. It just occurs. So did you set an alarm for 6:45?
This morning?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What would it be like if you were to move this back? What would it take for Edward to go from 6:45 to 6 o'clock? Would it be that hard?
45 minutes, you gotta go to bed earlier.
Well, I mean, in your mind, how hard would that be? In other people's mind, how hard would it be for you to go from 6:45 to 6 o'clock? On a scale from 0 to 10, how hard would it be?
Probably like a 6.
Okay, to Josh, it'd be a 0. Maybe it would. I don't even know if it wouldn't be a 1, would it? What about you? So much of success is built in people's minds. See, I mean, yeah, who knows what the outcome would be if you made the decision, I'm going to go from 6:45 to 6 o'clock. What would that take? It would take discipline. It would take some toughness. It would definitely be uncomfortable. There's really a lot of similarities in successful people. There's some freaks out there like my buddy Scott Nagy who has just creatively created his millions of dollars. But most people have a lot of discipline that are successful. Their discipline, whatever it is. Some people, there's a very small scale of people out there that have been successful just because their luck or their skill. But most people have this discipline to build a skill. What skill are you building right now?
Three skills like communication, discipline, and coming in every single day.
Okay.
Confidence and commitment, I think.
Okay.
Three minutes.
Okay. So, what skill are you building?
I would say exactly what he said.
Well, what are they? Good morning, Andre. Congrats on the baby.
Congratulations.
Say it in the comments.
Communication and discipline. And
Okay,
commitment.
now how long? Here's where success gets really hard. If you go back and you listen to people that are really, 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 like my buddy Chuck McDowell. That guy's probably in his early 60s. He's got a $100 million company. I mean, he's got a huge company, Wesley Mortgage, Wesley Financial. He sponsors the Titans. You see those people's life today and you see, man, I want to be like that. But you don't see the rugged fight that he's been through over the last 40 years. So whenever we're undisciplined and we're not tough enough, the first thing we want to do is we want to tap out from doing the boring things. The boring things over time. Coach calls it long obedience in the same direction. Most people give up way too soon. What's the longest? Like, you didn't train over the weekend, did you? You didn't train over the weekend. You didn't train over the weekend. Usually me and Van are the only people that do our training over the weekend. Do you know why I consistently train? Good morning, Amanda. Excuse me.
Nobody not training.
That's part of it. Do you know why to consistently train?
Consistency.
It is consistency. Jake?
Because you said you were going to do it.
I said I'm going to do it. That's a big part of it. But there's this magical spiritual agreement that you either have or you've got an unlucky agreement with yourself. Talking voodoo. So if I'm sitting here and I'm telling myself, this is where I'm going. In 5 years, this is where I'm going to go. Whatever that version is, hopefully by then we're definitely over 500 sales by then. I feel like if I'm not doing these things, it holds me back. It becomes a barrier to my future success. Remember that right there. The things you're not consistently doing become the barrier that's going to hold you back. You guys, the weekend, y'all kind of come off the tracks. How much would it speed up the evolution of your success if you work 2 extra days a week? I ain't saying all day, but like Friday, the attention of you, because you're not doing this for me, because I want you guys to make money, not for me, but for you. Whenever Friday at 5 o'clock hits, you guys have taken off. You've taken off from who?
Ourselves.
Yourselves. Then you come back in here on Monday. So like if you listen to the compound effect, by Monday through Friday, by Friday you've been pretty stable with your work ethic. Saturday, Sunday, you come off the track. When do you get back? When do you get back to where you left off on Friday in the following week?
Monday.
No.
No.
Hell no. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. So really, if you're looking at it, how much better are you getting every week? You're getting better just a little bitty fraction. I don't want to have any fall off, any drop off, any slippage. Now, how long does it take me to train? Van, how long does it take you to train?
It depends on the segment.
How long does it normally take you?
10, 15 minutes.
20 minutes tops. Are you worth 20 minutes for your future self? Or your future self is going to look a lot like your present self. Ask yourself this. Do I currently look the same way I did 5 years ago? Today, Van, good morning, David Speck. This morning, Van, I want you to do a little thing so I can see how far I've come. I need you to go over to Michelle and let's get, as far back as she can do it, the money that John Jones Real Estate paid me. I want to look at that. I want to see what that looks like. Tiffany says every day we learn something new. Yes, but every day we forget something. Unless you build the repetition muscle. Good content, training, repetition, and we're holding you accountable to these things. Except Saturday and Sunday, you don't hold yourself accountable. How about you?
I'm not the best.
See, I don't understand why you are so disciplined in these areas of your life, but you slip on your sales training.
I need to recommit to it. I used to be.
You don't have to recommit. You don't have to. But you're going to have to answer to yourself one day. Why did I not continue to grow? The content is the same. I mean, I've seen this stuff. I have probably watched. I mean, I guarantee you I'm close to 6,000 or 7,000 hours of Grant Cardone material. I can watch a segment and predict it. It's no longer about the information. It's about the commitment to doing the mundane, boring task over and over and over again. I'm going to show y'all. We're going to look at my income. Is your income better or worse than it was 5 years ago? Is it? Where's yours? Worse. What happened? See, I ask myself these kind of questions. Am I going backwards? Am I going forwards? If you're going backwards, it's really because of what you've been doing up until this point. Are you going forward or backwards?
Forward.
Well,
See,
would you just consider money? Is that all we're looking at? Or are we looking at time versus, you know what I'm saying?
let's look at money.
Because money.
Let's look at skill.
I would say I took a different. Just a different.
Well, let's look at money. Let's look at skill. Let's look at networks. Let's look at
But
opportunities.
just money's the only way I've decreased, but I've increased in the other way.
Okay.
Tenfold.
All right. Now, in 5 years from today, when we're looking back, December the 19th in 5 years, let's say that's 2027, what do you want it to look like? It's easy to want to look. It's easy for us to say what we want it to look like, but what are we going to do on Saturday and Sundays? Because we're agreeing that if you take off Saturday and Sunday, it's like Wednesday before you get back to where you left off on Friday. Good to be back. Thank you for watching. Shut us down, Vingraftin.